Hello, Santiago. I'm
Hi,
so
hi.
happy to welcome you here. And my name is Barblin, and I'm holding this YouTube video channel to bring in more information about the sacred union between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I'm super excited that we can have a little chat here as we had such a special meeting in Glastonbury last week. And as I heard, you are a master for the Akashic Records, and you also created a lafam.org, which is a school for educational transformation.
Transformational education, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, maybe you want to say a little bit more about it so people can have a picture what your mission you're on.
Thank you, Arlene, for receiving me. It's a beautiful honor to be here sharing with you after our encounter. Um, well, it was magical that meeting at Glastonbury and Chalice Well, because it was one of the most important trips I've been doing lately, the planetary activations, and like this reinforcement, these synchronicities where we converge, and suddenly happens this that you were like representing with nine women. You were all right, 9 women, right?
Yes, yes.
Representing the divine feminine, and then I came there with all about to do the masculine initiation, so it was like right in the middle. um, it was a really beautiful experience, and I have some clips, a little videos that maybe I can share, so we can share this beautiful moment that we met. And regarding yes, myself, the La Femme is uh, educational transformation company. So I got it from, as you say, like transformational education company. So we do transformations. We educate while doing transformations. So that's why we do initiatic trips, as the one in England. And these trips like transform you like from the core, from who we are being. That's why it's like formation of artists of life. That's the acronym, life artist formation associated in manifestation. So these co-creations of artists of life that are crafting a life, and doing co-creations is what we are joining. That's La Femme, the soul family as well.
It
So
is
yes,
very
that's what I do.
the name. I have association to la femme, which is the feminine, and family as well, which is like the collective together or as a community coming
Mm-hmm.
unfolding processes of the new. So, well, that's my personal association with it. So,
Yes.
so you were talking about this um, transformational traveling actually, and that you were there as well to do some healing on the dragon lines. Is that, did I get it?
Yes, mainly is was on the dragon heart, and to do so, we go moving through the ley lines. The ley lines are points of flows of energy that sometimes they converge, as in Glastonbury. There's like the Abbey of Glastonbury, and we were doing some planetary activations, because the whole origin of this trip, uh, I usually go to base and open my records, and I get like the missions, like like fixing the planetary grid, and also being in positions, and like pollinizing the world. That's like how it feels, as well as reconnecting and harmonizing the energy centers of Earth, that is a living being. So that's what we do in these trips. Like 3 months ago, I was talking with channelers from Peru, Miami, and different channelers that we have to keep connected to understand the missions, to double cross check on what we are doing all together, because it's a collaboration. So the main thing that came was healing the dragon's heart, the heart of the dragon. And I've been like working since 2 years ago, how the archetypes of slaying the dragon, like kill the beast, all that thing comes a lot from fear, from not knowing, like what we know, like human ignorance, and the fear, like that comes when we see something that we don't understand or we cannot control. So that was one of the main missions, and I had to prepare all the activation of the Great Woman, that we have been doing these portals, the 323, and healing the wheel of the Great Woman. There's the chakras of this avatar, then what's the heart of the Great Woman and what she has to say. And then we came back and take it to the wheel, then to the Statue of Liberty to make the activation there, taking the crystals, as you told me you were doing with your female power group. That's we do, like also seeding crystals with that information, as they are pen drives, like the crystals from that realms are pen drives. So then the Statue of Liberty also has its updates. It's like we are going and doing updates, like it was like, it's not more a Statue of Liberty, it's Lady Liberty. Mm-hmm. So it's like bring her alive. Mm-hmm. It's not a Statue of Liberty. And then another Akashic Record Master access to her future version, that is Liberty Goddess. So she's like bringing that. So after that mission, it was the mission of the dragon, because we need to generate the sustain from the elementals. That is, the dragon is the conjunctions, like all the elementals together, and also the secondary mission after the rulers of what they are. It's allowed in this world, was healing the fatherhood. That was important, I think, when we connected.
That is so interesting. It's really hitting me, because I see so many synchronicities with what you're saying and with my life and what we were doing there. And we were so much in contact with this dragon energies. And I also received from the other realms like a burning heart from the dragons to bring it alive here. So it's really like, okay, I'm yeah, everything is so guided and bringing the dots together that nothing is wondering me anymore. This is just so wow. And what you were saying about the statue, that it's no longer a statue. It's like we have. I think a part of the role to bringing the new is really to allow the new coming forth and forth and forth, and bringing really this creative flow of life energy into everything, and from there birthing the new earth, or what wants to emerge here. Is that a little bit also?
Yes, of course. When I saw your chants, and I was in the middle of your chants, you will see in the video that it's like, I felt so in bliss, because you were like singing this beautiful, it's like a chanted blessing that you do while you liberate the expression. So that's really powerful, and main of the activations and the things that we teach is how with ancient vowels we can recodify matter. That's what I do also in cellular memory. It's like sounds, phrases, light, and it's like three things that shape: sound, light, and form. The rituals is the form, like the way we are doing it. The light is the intention, what we see, what we visualize. And the sound is what we are saying. So that's are the three components in alchemy we do to to reshape matter. So that's what one of the things I will be giving tools in the planetary activation tools workshop there in Zurich.
Yeah. Oh, that is so exciting. This is really so powerful and so, yeah, just in alignment with everything I'm in right now. Many of us. Can you tell a little bit more, as I come from that background, and I'm very interested in balancing the polarities. You were talking about this Statue of the Liberty as the living goddess as well. Like, can you talk a little bit what your work is also about, balancing those poles? And one little thing more, it's like, I just wanted to thank you again for just, you were just like an appearance when we were at this. Actually, just to give it a little bit of context, we were 9 women visiting the Chalice Well, and we were moving along in letting go. We were like doing like a little guided internal traveling in that area from that Chalice Well, and we were cleansing, and in this moment where we cleanse ourselves, then Santiago, you appeared in the middle of, in amongst us, in the middle of us, and we sang these prayers in this deep connection with the earth and the heavens and the whole connection of everything. And it, for me as well, it felt such a magic moment. But then we moved on to the next place, where it was about releasing old traumas from the past, also related to the divine feminine and all the drama and manipulations which happened out of the disbalance of the polarities, actually. And there I wanted to thank you for holding the space for us, as being a male, standing there and holding the space for us in that very sacred moment for us. It was really like a special, important moment for us and for all beings, I think, in a way.
Yes. I'm honored, and I'm also grateful, because I felt the sacredness of it. It was like, wow, this is like a next level of what we could have ever thought. Like, we, like these serendipities that we are in the path, and then that sparks of magic, like that moment was so beautiful. And I know it has a lot to do with what we are healing, the polarities. And the mission I came to here to do is also it has to do with the maturation of this male and female energy.
Maturation.
It's about maturation.
I totally get it.
Because there's like sometimes it's like, oh, divine feminine, divine masculine. Not yet. What's the level of maturity of those? For example, I had a conversation in Cambridge after the intuition talk, and they say, wow, I cannot speak these things with men, and our talks with men are like football and this thing, and the women, like, look how hot they are. And I told them, it's like, that's not male energy. That's immature male energy. That's a total difference. And in the circle, in the men's circle, we acknowledge that if you're like a kind of childish, you will try to seek any legs to return to the womb of the mother. So it's like, then in the ley lines, where we were like crossing between Mary Magdalene and Michael, and the Michael lane lines, the meditation that came there was like, get out of the way. First get out of the way with the childish behaviors that the male have. It's like, at least don't interfere, like whining around, I want this, you know, like a little child, because most of the relationships are like motherhood, fatherhood. There's like a configuration of parenting more than than equals, you know. So that happens when this immature energy is at work. And also another level, because Michael came and says like, look at you and responsibilize, bringing responsibility. It's like, okay, if you have to change, sacrifice yourself for this to flow in the correct direction, you have to be willing to do it. And that's the male energy at work, you know, like direction, limits, to give safe protection, boundaries for the feminine energy to work and to be birthing, you know, cultivating and nourishing it its way. So it was like, not only learn to aim at yourself with responsibility, but also protect what gets in the way. So when it was like more of protective energy, because it was Michael ley line, right? So it was like, then I saw the line of Mary Magdalene, and I aiming arrows at all the dangers that were getting in the way of her and the purpose of women. So that was one of the main insights. It's like, not only be responsible, but get yourself off the way and get things off the way of women. That was one of the things that was there at the high altar. This communion, I think it is to be reharmonized by that, because if the fatherhood is properly corrected, it's like straightened up, the female can do her role perfect, better, is enabled, and these manipulations in between, like the daddy and the Edipo issues, you know, are fixed, because the women are overloaded by all the things of the pressure, the taking care of the child, their own emotionality, and there's like an overload in there. So male needs to be the you know, like the plant tutor, so women can bring life. That's like their main purpose for girls, you know, like birthing, life, creativity. So as tutor, you have like a, um, a safe thing where you can be supportive and grow everyone, our children as well, and future generations, and how we behave, and the examples we give to bring a healthy on the mental and every plane and every aspect. So that's what I think on the balance in the collective is going on.
So beautiful to receive your words and your consciousness around it. And especially in our group, I know if sharing what you just said, just sharing that will bring so much healing everywhere. Is so beautiful, because exactly that is troubling some women in our group so much, like bringing all this balance into like a natural form. This is also some of our prayers we gave out there, to bring balance between our mission to bring healing into this world and bringing our divine forces into action, and as well bringing our family systems more into a natural balance, so we can experience more connectedness there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much struggle, and it was so beautiful that you showed up there, because only 2 days ago we were in our retreat center doing some work with each other, and I had this revelation: we need men to hold the space and was not that they have to be present here to hold us, but it was this dimension you're talking about, that this what wants to unfold can really come into full flowery, and so it's both in us and with each other, and it's so nice to hear that from a man. It goes down everywhere. I felt it when you said it. It's so beautiful. It's so nourishing. Wow. Thank you for your work and your existence.
No. Pleasure.
I have another question. Do you have, like, you have so many tools, I expect, to bring more balance into the polarities, or to open the heart more, or I don't know, what is your greatest, maybe you want to share some of your little wonderful tools to bring more balance. I don't know if you have.
Yes,
some.
of course.
Yeah, that would be super.
With pleasure. This I have been working a lot on the balancing of in myself, because as a ontological communicator, is all the time a communication. It's like a ask and receive, like this in between of directing where I'm going and receiving what comes. So it's like a constant dance between these two energies, just going on even like in the hemispheres of our brain. So I had this insight, like, that it can go like really from the practical to the micro to the extended. So just to tell my story of, like, 2 days ago, I was here in Croatia in the sea, and I realized that I have a lot of sensitivity. For being a male, I am like really sensitive and channeler. So it's like I have a lot of feminine energy in myself. I had to work more on the male, but when I worked in my male, I got into kickboxing and all that stuff that is needed as well, because a way of taking away, channeling certain emotions that are more Mars, let's say, from astrology, from Mars. So we need that thing to be able to protect ourselves and others, and also the sensitivity to feel life, and not that armors, that shells don't prevent life from entering us. So that balance was really important for me to do. And I was here in Croatia about to get into the sea, and I have really sensitive feet, and in here the beach is not sand, it's pebbles. So it was like I was walking like, like girly, and I say I mean like girly, because I'm in a sense of immature feminine energy. Like, I know I have immature, like, it's oversensitivity. Like the male may be like, I want to get in everywhere, and the feminine is like, I am too sensitive, that I cannot handle my emotionality. That happened to me. Like I go and be like that, like, everything is too much, like that. And then I say, okay, I understand that attitude, and I take it in. It's like I am getting acupuncture from nature. So you go with a different attitude, so you can walk more balanced. That happened to me. So because it was like public shame, otherwise, like, like this burly guy walking like. So I was like walking like that. I balanced that in the moment. That's like really micro. It's like an attitude change from inside. And then I am really also, I was on the really sensitive to water, like more cold water or that. So I say, no, I need to get in here, because that's a way of keeping clear the channel. That's also energetic hygiene and performance. The getting into cold shower or cold water. And I say, I'm so scared, like to sense the sensibility of the changes of the temperature. So when I say, like, I go into the water, it's not I will go because all that my narrative. No, it's like direct. That's more male energies. I go in water. took, say, do. And it was like an imminent force that I was like, I just said, I go into water, and had to get in. So it's like all the in the middle goes away because of that healthy directness. And I use that. I go into water, I went into water, and then the feminine activates again. It's like, I am feeling all these things, and I like, take it in, like accept these new states, accept these new feelings. And then I go out, and then I exercise that again in between those things, because it's like, where am I directing? How I am processing what I feel. That was just a story. 2 days ago, I was like working on the micro. I think that's useful when you already have like consciousness to be in your head and listening that conversation. Otherwise, a good exercise that could be a practice to start developing this self-consciousness is more working on the feminine, like stretching the pose, you know, like having a wider spectrum of this pose. So just right now, for example, the deep breath is really useful because I am letting in, I am feeling nourished by the air, the air, the oxygen I am immersed into. So that instantly brings a sensation of connectedness. I let the environment, the air, the life I am immersed into inside of me, and I use it and send it outside of myself as this fiery breath that has been impregnated with my inner fire. So it's my spirit, espiro. That's from spirit comes this air that is impregnated with my fire. And I get into this connectedness with everything, starting with my muscles and my skin, my physical body, scanning from the face first. If there's any tension that is not needed, I just let it go and loosen it. I can move a little bit to help it loosen and go away. The cheeks, the eyebrows, the mouth, the jaw, and then the throat. Check if there's any tension in the throat, in the back of the neck. The shoulders, releasing the tension of the shoulders, letting the muscles relax. They can be held by earth, they can be held by gravity. You're not to hold all this weight. Let yourself be held by Mother Earth and the gravity. Also, leave all the weights and the tensions that the muscles are having in the body, in the torso. Scan if there's a tension inside, in the abs, in the lower back. Help it get out with the breathing. Listening to the organs. Listening is the receptiveness. We connect first with the mother. From the mother we come. So we, using this mother, this portal energy for these tensions to go to another place. We let them out. And also the feet, the legs, scan it. and let them go. Now with the body, more relaxed. We have more movement, more energy, a wider spectrum of action for our intention to move more free and willing. We are not restrained by unconscious tensions. And now, from this state of relaxation and more connectedness, we're going to use a power mudra. You can open the eyes to see. This mudra, it's called, I call it a spiritual sword. So how the spiritual sword works? This is the mudra, there. There with 2 fingers, perfect. And there we are. And these are together, and the thumb aims upwards. Why is this? In the there's the Atlantean and the Indian codifications for this, and this is in the Indian represents fire or sounds, mind and ether, or wind and ether. So it's my intention with the divine, the human mind plus the divinity together, and water and earth to be manifested here on earth. Water and earth here. So to activate this spiritual sword this is like the blade, right? So the spiritual sword is enhanced like the swords of Michael, of Archangel Michael, when it has fire on it. So we visualize a sword with fire, and this fire is being asked by the fire thumb to the divinity. So it's not just common fire. We put divine fire and the will of the divinity into the spiritual sword anchored here in our emotions and matter, earth. So this is the mudra to do that, yes. And how the spiritual sword works. First, you just think of it. It's like humility to ask the divine flame blessing into our sword with our intention and the connectiveness with our divinity. So the spiritual sword doesn't attack anything. The intention is not attacking the other, but cutting the strings we have with other entities or persons or situations. So that's how it's rewired our system. As we were like a solar system or a constellation or a net of jewels, we cut around us all the strings, and they cut like butter because it has this divine fire. So all the strings are cut, and the ones that are meant to stay because the divine flame, the divine will is doing the discernment. We just need to be humble to it. So we just cut that, and also strings here behind our nape, like the tube of the matrix goes in the matrix. So we rewire it. We cut it, everything around ourselves, like a little dance you can even do with your sword. That's for cleaning. And that's a clearing exercise, so there are no tensions, unconscious tensions around our relationship, persons, or entities that are from elsewhere. That's a practical advice. Whenever you are in the city or you are in a problem, you just do the mudra, and you're summoning this spiritual sword to be protected, since malevolence or the things that are looking the less resistance points don't go to you, because just with this, just being aware, like just being watching on that, you are not the less resistant. Like you are not the weakest prey. So you will save yourself like more than 80% of the things that are going around just by doing this. Like clack, and you are there, well protected. That's a hack, a life hack I would like to share.
It's like, whoa. I love it. I use mudras a lot. I've been studying them for long, and I didn't know this one. I didn't know it. Yes, thank you for sharing that powerful gift.
God bless you.
Be very powerful.
Yes, a pleasure. And there's like you will see like a guy that looks like me that does this as well, you know.
Sometimes, yeah, I remember some paintings. Wow, thank you so much. But I like this aspect. But is he always like? Is that on the like on the thumb? Is that all? I didn't know the thumb part, because I see also a lot of this like this.
Yes, has many variations. Yes, has many variations. What I usually don't do is like, that is powerful too, you know, like this, but it means like the sound, whatever I say goes over the other things, go over the light, my intentions, and the form of matter. So it's like we are rewiring to be more permissive, not so much impulsive or dictating. Like it's like not so much, it's like whatever I say, that's like more in harmony. For example, this is another mudra that I use that is more in harmony. The Trinity there, not one over other, but there you will see the bioelectric system working differently, and this united. And also when it's not to be united, it's like, okay, I need to separate from this. And you will see now that you have more muscle awareness, you can do better muscle testing. That is a really powerful technique for intuition that I gave in the talks. The muscle testing is really important. So having the muscles relaxed with an expanded spectrum of movement is essential to be able to trust your movements.
Wow. So I feel that I want to learn much more of you, and listening to all these things with your words, because for me it's so beautiful to hear how every person brings their wisdom into the world in their own way. And I'm so happy that you are coming to Zurich at the end of July, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes.
And now you have planned 2 workshops. Can you say a little bit about them so I can invite my friends?
Yes, the 25th, I'm going to do the open intuition talk. That's more like a call mission, since there are many layers that are getting thinner and people getting insights and the awakening. And I will tell a little bit of my story, but it was like there's many people that are scared of losing it, you know, like losing their mind, and it's like this is more for planetary work, for the extrasensual perceptions that is being awakened in everyone, to be positive and not negative, be useful. And well, that's the intuition talk on Thursday 25th. Then
excuse me for a second.
That same place.
I have to open the door, but keep on inviting my friends. Yes.
Okay. So the 25th we do that open intuition talk, and then the half an hour later we do the planetary activation tools workshop. That is these mudras. We will work a lot on the mudras and the 12 chakras, because we are updating the framework to connect more strings. So we are going to work on the Atlantean keys, healing vortex, more Pleiadian techniques as well. It's like a healing and also workshop for conscious planetary activations. That's on Thursday, and then the initiations in Akashic Records. That was the my greatest transformation and alignment was when I initiated in records some years ago. And the initiations is this imprint of codes, and also giving the honorability codes for channelers to align better the channel, and also to be able to trust all what comes, because of the bodies gets aligned and you get source of information, and how to navigate through them. That there are many persons that are not having the karma of open, not having the tools to handle the karma of opening records, or being misguided by entities that get in the middle. So that's what we are going to do in the Akashic Records initiation. And there's an invite video I can provide in here as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Santiago, for your time and for your wisdom seeds and for your sharings. It was a pleasure, and
A pleasure,
I'm
Barblin.
forward to have you here in Zurich. And I will write down underneath this video how to find Santiago, and also lafam.org and his work. And I'm so excited to be with you on the same journey, kind of. It feels like we are here to birth this new earth every day a little bit more. Thank you for your sparkle and your love. Thank you.
Thank you, Barblin. It's an honor. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.